Finally, we received some resolution in terms of this actual ranging market, guys. However, we're going to be talking about the couple of strategies that we were applying in the previous video that have actually played very nicely to the downside. Now, if you did follow these particular trades, congratulations, you would have made about 45% overall in terms of this downsending market we're currently in. Now, with that being said, we're going to be talking about some of the key support levels of where Bitcoin can actually hold on to in terms of the bullish scenario. We're also going to be covering a little bit about Zen and you know, what really caused this particular downside move in regards to, again, traditional markets and Bitcoin as well too. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So we can see we're applying two types of strategies in regards to this. The first strategy was strategy 23, and that basically saw us, you know, wanting to come down all the way to roughly around 27,153. So this is the key area that I'm actually particularly watching in regards to this strategy, and the way that you would go about it in order for you have entered this particular position. Now, the conditions were actually met just roughly around the 13th of August on Sunday. And what you need to see is you want to see a range delta close below the yellow line. So you're using this particular indicator. So as you can see here, we close below that yellow line. And then you want to see a MACD EMA above the midline turn blue or is already blue. So you're basically above this particular zero midline. You're blue or you're turning essentially blue. With that being said, that gave you an entry conditions to have met these statistical probabilities on this data sheet that I'm gonna just show you guys here in terms of this. So as you can see here, the downside target would be just roughly around 7.3% on average, and with an upside target of 3%. Now, because this is 7.43%, mostly I'm applying this to the short side position, because if you can see here, after applying $16,000 for each trade, guys, this would have netted you about $13,000 just particularly shorting using this particular strategy. Now, the other strategy we were looking at was the actual strategy 20, guys, which was happening on the 8-hourly, while this one was actually occurring on the 12-hourly. If you were to basically meet the conditions for this on the hourly, which happened just roughly around the 13th of August as well too. So same thing with 8-hour and 12-hour as well too. They kind of work seamlessly along in terms of the same conditions being met. But if we look at the statistical probability for this basically would have brought you down about 4.93%, which we've already met. Bringing you 3.3% to the downside, which have already been met the conditions for those on average. So as you can see here, we've already dropped down about 6.74%, which in this case, this is what I'm expecting, is that I'm expecting there is more downside pressure to come in, just roughly around 27,000 before we actually see more downside, before we actually see upside momentum come in. Now, why do I see upside momentum coming in? Because if we look at the 5-day chart, we can see that the 55 EMA is coming roughly close to the $27,000, which basically confluences with our strategy that we've been kind of discussing here with strategy 23 coming around that 27,100 area, guys. So on the 5-day, we've already came down to this particular 55 EMA before, just roughly around June of 2023. So there's an opportunity for a bounce to reoccur again, because it has been acting as support for once since the past couple of months or so. So that means, again, there'll be some sort of sellers looking to basically buy this particular area, hoping for an actual bounce from here on out. Yeah, so that's where basically I'm saying, you know, where the bulls can come in and step in, but I do see still more downside pressure, you know, in regards to the market overall. Now, what could it basically have caused this particular, you know, downsending move away from this ranging market that we were in for quite some time, guys? You know, we were in this market, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about, you know, 4 or 5 day candles, which is roughly around 20 days to a month, which has been really boring overall with low volatility. And we can see even the volatility has already expanded from the low levels. Usually once you get into the 10 percentile or lower here on the BBWP, and then you're going to start to see an actual expansion, which is what we're currently seeing at the moment. Now, again, going back to what actually caused this to occur in terms of the news, well, the Fed came out in regards to the minutes call that they actually had. What the minutes call is, guys, if you're not familiar with it, is basically they talk about what transpired in the last month, previous month, in regards to the CPI data and how the current rates might continue to affect the overall economy. Now, with that being said, the Fed and Jerome Powell did come out saying that he's not completely closing the door, and that if they see the slightest increase in inflation, then they're going to continue to basically apply pressure to the market overall, so that they can maintain the inflation numbers that they've been successful at. We can see that the CME group has not changed their stance in terms of an actual a 0.25% rate hike. They're thinking that, again, there'll be no change, and that there's 80% chance that will happen. So far, maybe getting closer to the Fed meeting, which it will be happening in about 33 days. I think this number might actually increase in terms of raising rates once we actually get some information in regards to the CPI data. Now, the next CPI data will be coming out again, guys, on September 13th. So that's an important date that you actually want to watch in terms of what's going to be happening in that next quarter till the end of the year, because I think that will define the information based off of the tone that Jerome Powell basically provided to us, that hey, if inflation comes in a lot higher, which is currently sitting at as we can see about 3.2%, if that comes in a lot higher than actual expectation, then again, look for another raise increase, and look for the CME to actually raise their probabilities in terms of another rate hike. So that's basically what's happening there, guys, in terms of Bitcoin. I want to move on to BAB real quick, guys. They did launch, again, their physical and virtual cards. So you can actually spend your crypto in the real world anywhere that accepts MasterCard. And the cool thing about this is that, guys, you get access to a GPP Sterling account. You get access to Currency X Remnant stablecoin, which is the first of its kind. You're not going to find anything like it. You get access to the blue chip, so a very cool onboarding feature into crypto with getting into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the BAX token, guys. They're also going to be coming out with the regulated decentralized finance, which is going to be onboarding banks onto the platform and seamlessly connect to the BAB application, allowing you to have all the best features of onboarding into crypto. Again, guys, again, the virtual and debit card are only available in the UK. That was the actual launch, but they are set to launch in other countries throughout this year, guys, at the end of the year. Anyways, guys, if you do want to check it out, iOS and Android available there. Other than that, pretty cool app. Very, very bullish on what they're doing. So let's go ahead and move on to Zen real quick, guys, and talk about my thoughts and perspective to this downtrending market. Again, what we're actually seeing on the 12-hourly, guys, and this is going to actually be confirmed, as long as we can actually stay and maintain this last stance of support for Zen. We can see here we're actually putting in higher lows on the MACD EMAs, so you can see higher low, higher low. This indicates, followed by within price action of lower lows. This indicates regular bullish divergence, so meaning a trend change is more likely soon to come overall if we can actually maintain this particular support plateau for Zen. Now, again, if that's not the case, then more likely you're actually going to be continuing to break down. And we've talked about this so many times on this channel, guys, talking about how the 55 EMA, again, has acted as heavy resistance overall for this downsending move in terms of Zen. But the cool thing is, again, there's more projects that are coming out. We did get the Zen game launch, which is pretty cool as well too, guys. We're just gonna go to their just their website here on x.com, their page, Zen game, and just want to show you guys that, look, there's a lot of participation happening in terms of this, and it's going to basically continue to grow overall. I think this is going to be very massive. A lot of people are undervaluing this particular project, and it's bringing you some nice game theories overall to make Zen more deflationary and you know, continue on and upwards from there. If you do want to join their Telegram, guys, the Telegram is available there for you to actually go ahead and join. We're not gonna do that for the sake of this video, but again, guys, you know, so far we can see about 7,071 in terms of Ethereum is already, you know, there, which is pretty cool. And I think this number is going to continue to grow, guys, which is awesome and cool, and nice to see again more development happening on Zen, which I think will make Zen more deflationary, will bring in a lot of buy pressure for Zen, and you know, we can start to put in maybe an uptrend overall, while even the whole market is actually coming down. But again, I always apply risk management, guys. Continue to do what you've been doing overall with Zen, as it is a long-term project, 4 to 5 years timeline, time horizon. So again, that's basically what I'm continuing to do, is just basically wait for my mint and then stake them, get that APY. I'm not really particularly selling at these prices overall, because I do believe, look, Zen overall in the scheme of things, if you look at the bigger picture and you zoom out, it will do phenomenally well once we start to maybe get an altcoin run in the market. But anyways, guys, that's basically what's happening. Should we talk about the DXY? Yeah, we can talk about the DXY real quick, guys. So again, as I said before, guys, if we were to break the 103 area, we were going to start to put in a downtrend for Bitcoin, and that is actually coming to fruition. Now, if you enjoy content like this, guys, give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. And until next time, bros, as always, stay profitable.